Here, recorded in temporal medium for your generation and your future generations, are my foretellings concerning your recent past, present, and future. They serve to warn and, to some measure, protect you. As although indelibly written, many are not as yet set in stone, that some by open possibility and by clever discovery of the secret keys therein may be beneficially influenced with the hope of avoiding detrimental effect and resulting in an alternative future, and that better serves mankind. Take heed then, understand them, and make changes to good effect, and avoid the worst. They are not to be understood by everyone, not for unlocked, open knowledge, lest the right hand knows what the left is doing. Only a few under the veil of secrecy can and will determine this hidden knowledge, that parts may be of alternative future, and certain prophecies averted, and of myself gladly proved wrong. Find my keys and unlock your future. Some events you cannot influence and are beyond mankind's control. And of course there is the prophecy which could never ever be of my own and are of God and cannot be changed. They are set in stone and cannot be changed or influenced even in the slightest degree. Take forewarning and be as best prepared as you can. Counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. Only God declares the future. It is impossible for God to lie. And what God foretells will come to pass. He does not predict it. There are no alternative futures. The sky concerning Lyon foretells by fixed stars and clear signs approaches suddenly the change of age, neither yet for good nor for its evil. Of the human flock, 9 set apart.
Right there. Who would have the power in the universe other than God to separate the human flock? This is the prophecy I was showing you guys back in time. I said that this was immutable. It's a prophecy of God. This scroll means revelation. The 1 and the 2 fish means 12. Check to show people, but here's Nostradamus.
The sky concerning Lyon foretells by fixed stars and clear signs approaches suddenly the change of age, neither yet for good nor for its evil.
The world's greatest seer looked at all the possible timelines, but he was very clear, neither yet for good nor for its evil. You're going to die when you see what they're about to tell you. And the future's not set in stone, and the Palladians know it's not set in stone, but the war is coming. And the terms they're going to use, this is what's beyond imagination for people that are going to watch this. I'm still blown away. Can't believe I'm stuck in the middle of this, but nothing unexpected. So listen closely. They're pulling some ships away. Some big changes are going to happen in the earth, but guys are going to give you the explanation of what earth is. What are we? And wait till you see what they're going to tell you about an ancient war that I've been showing you on this channel. You're going to lose your mind when you see this. What are we on earth? We are avatars. We are the lowest expression of our true selves.
sector of sects, greatly punishing the informed.
Sector of sects, greatly punishing the informed. It's fake news. This is what he knew would come across the earth since the inception of television. This is his prophecy.
Beast into theater.
Right there, he knew the beast of Revelation was television. It wouldn't be there.
In the scenic place.
You put the television, it was this.
The trumpet, false, is concealing the...
Guys, hope everybody's doing well. Keep your heads up and stay strong. Quick follow-up video here to the 5.7 earthquake that occurred near Salt Lake City, Utah this morning. We're going to look at some minor damage. However, this one here is kind of unique. Story sent to me by Steve out of Salt Lake, and you're looking at a statue on top of one of the temples here in Salt Lake City. This is the Salt Lake Temple, and on top of the temple you can see a very tall golden statue. It's called the Angel Moroni, and it holds a...
I believe it's actually pronounced Moroni, as in Holy Moroni.
This morning, it no longer is
But hey,
there.
what do I
Here
know?
in just a second, you're looking at it very strong because it was much closer to the epicenter. But the seismographs are very active today. And speaking of active, some of the buildings were active today following or during the 5.7 earthquake. Story here from, it's either the Deseret or Deseret.com. Article was shared with me by Steve. It says earthquake damage. See photos of Salt Lake City and the Angel Moroni statue and more. And that's what I showed you at the beginning of the video. I don't recall ever seeing anything like this following an earthquake, but there's the statue, and the trumpet is no longer part of the statue following the large earthquake. You can see bricks laying on the ground. This is from Silvercrest Elementary School in Harriman, very close to the epicenter. And here's a picture of the statue on top of the temple. Obviously the trumpet intact. Here is after the 5.7 earthquake. The trumpet fell to the ground, and that thing was probably 6 or 7 feet long. Just incredible. I've never seen anything quite like that. The statue
Just think in the next thing, whatever it may be, if we're speaking to whomever was looking after us and they say, we tried to give you signs and you didn't pay attention, how could you, that's an amazing sign, really. Could mean nothing, but it could be a sign.
Bricks there, see some bricks here in front of the elementary school, and there's that very bizarre looking photo of the trumpet absent from the statue on top of the temple. How weird is that? Luckily everything's intact, that's the main thing, but for the trumpet to be the only thing to fall to the ground, it's just very weird. You can see some damage up through here, minor damage, albeit, but nevertheless, we don't like to see any damage, but earthquakes are just part of the whole earth process and the mechanics of earth. That's just how it all works. You see some more damage here. There's another look at the statue. People here standing around talking about the earthquake. After they felt it, they were very close to the epicenter. See that gentleman there coming out the window of his home. This one here was taken off the foundation. A little bit of damage there. All of this stuff is repairable, but nevertheless, very unusual earthquake, and there are still multiple earthquakes right now as we do this video.
The trumpet, false, is concealing the madness.
So 500 years ago, Nostradamus knew this trumpet guy as a windbag. Fake as fake can be. I don't judge him. I'm going by the seers, and when I give you the date of the resurrection, you might want to think a little bit deeper, but it's Nostradamus, the Draconians, the Vatican, the Draconian system, more enslavement to more debt. Now here you take a date calculator. You go September 23rd, 2017. The Bible says 1,260 days later-ish. It just says the woman fled into the wilderness. After that point in time, not a day before. Then war broke out in heaven. Michael and the angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought back. But he was not strong enough, and they lost their place in heaven. The great dragon was hurled down, that ancient serpent called the devil, or Satan, who leads the whole world astray. He was hurled to the earth, and his angels with him.
Here, recorded in temporal medium for your generation and your future generations, are my foretellings concerning your recent past, present, and future. They serve to warn and to some measure protect you. As although indelibly written, many are not as yet set in stone.
There's that time that he was talking about. I just wanted to show you guys the prophecy, what it looks like from the stars. So let's see what he says about something that's coming.
Venus covered by the sun. Under its splendor, an occult form arises. Mercury reveals them to the fire. By warlike din put to doom.
On that same day as the Bible, an occult form arises. I mean, well, we can decide what that is. But by warlike din put to doom. Nothing's going to rule this earth for any amount of time. And this is the timeline that I'm looking at should this come to pass. Okay, shut it. This is the part that just trips me right out about all of this. It's right in this time period. Of all the things in the world, at the exact same time the Bible said the great war in heaven would break out. He said Mercury reveals him to the fire, and a comet called Enki goes whizzing by Earth, Mercury, and Enki pointing at it. I don't know the entirety of this scenario. Enki is known as the trickster. It's from the Sumerian age. This is what he left me to say to the ages. It matches perfectly with the Bible's timeline. So one of the things I want to show people that is very critical. So I do focus on that. I'm excited. I'd like to see them all gone. But it leads to this rebirth. This is what the holy people were talking about. The most incredible thing and most important. Now, is there a figure from Nostradamus that might yield that type of outcome? I said, yes, it was the great genius. I showed you all about this on my last show. Nostradamus knew there'd be a sign, a golden angel would send a message in its right hand. It has happened. It's in America. Not making any promises about this figure. But what the Hopi people had said is they said the same thing the Pleiadians are saying, which of course I realized the Pleiadians were in contact with them a long time ago. When you look at it, the Hopi were warned that if these three great beings failed, guess who do you think you're talking to in the heaven? The Pleiadians and this. Well, this is the types of beings, but they're still, to them, it's the Messiah doing this. Their Messiah. As in, like Jesus, they have the white guy, the true white brother, will bring two great, intelligent, and powerful helpers. So Jesus and the two witnesses, but from the Hopi. However, they're going to shake the earth first. There's going to be great quakes coming, and then bring the purification day to the world. So that's their version. But the Hopi were warned that if these three great beings failed, terrible evil would befall the world, and great numbers of people would be killed. Yeah, that could happen now. Okay, that's why I'm showing people this is the timing of things, but not set in stone. However, it was said that if they would succeed if enough Hopi remained true to the ancient spirit of the people and of the whole planet. The true white brother and his helpers will show the people of Earth a great new life plan that will lead to everlasting life. The earth will become new and beautiful again with an abundance of life and food. Those who are saved will share everything equally. All races will intermarry and speak one tongue and be a family. This is the new heaven, the new earth. This is the timeline I believe the Pleiadians are trying to help starseeds focus on. A new life plan that will lead to everlasting life. I mean, that sounds awful. You guys want to vote on this? Are you happy in this reality? You're kind of maybe thinking, I kind of like this. Right? not me who has the problem. I'll go along with just about anything but what we live in. But that's what I'm saying. So there was, even with them, it's not set in stone. If this whole plan of the starseed, it didn't work out per se, but this is where the coronavirus comes in. It was designed to suck starseeds awakening out of black hole, because we are all the creators of our reality. There's a lot of people with incredible powers of manifestation on Earth. They have the power to manifest the timeline of the great genius. Focus on it. Realize this will win, this will happen, and this is going to happen. Light will prevail. Told you about 1561 on my channel. Any random thing I was showing you guys? Right there, the 1561 Nuremberg celestial event. Good eye. I said this before the Pleiadians came.
Okay, it's like an extra outcome. Military intervention by the non-human positive races, where a holographic society is imposed with an iron hand as an exact copy, or as it happened in the year of 1561-62 in Alpha Centauri.
Right there, guys. This is what's the first time in my life I understood as above, so below. In 1561 on Alpha Centauri, they landed and defended the world with an iron hand, like the Light Federation. But on Earth, as above, so below, in a completely different part of the universe, they landed on Alpha Centauri, which is the origins of the black genome. It's the only place, not the origins, the only place in the universe that has the black genome other than Earth. It's the rarest of all genomes. Here on Earth, I want you guys in to watch this. Here on Earth, while they were doing that, we saw it on Earth. This is the battle that was witnessed by man in 1561. You guys see, as above, so below. Alpha Centauri is Earth. See, it's all linked to the Earth. This is the physical expression of Centauri is Earth. See, it's all linked to the Earth. This is the physical expression of the higher universe. I am blown away when they said of all the dates for them to pick. You see, they landed, and with an iron fist, the Light, the Federation, to defeat the reptiles there, and we witnessed it on Earth as the 1561 Nuremberg woodcut. They're the first beings I've ever heard. See, it wasn't a war in Germany, it was a war on Alpha Centauri. In the physical world from the non-physical world, this is how it played out in the universe. Now you guys are beginning to see how the matrix works. 1561, as above, so below. Isn't that mind-blowing? Right? Of all the things I was drawn to this.
A. Phaeton Alphrata. This includes many thousands of deaths because of direct war. It means alien invasion in the Hollywood fashion. Now, I didn't...
Okay, oh my God. So
Mars, warlike force threatening us.
Mars, warlike force threatening us.
Bloodshed 70 times.
Here's the key. Bloodshed 70 times across the planet. Why? Because of religious beliefs. You're like, right, these things came...
Energy rising, then ruined.
A bunch of...
More those two. No care to listen.
As I've been saying since I started Naughty Beaver, nobody on Earth cares. I'm trying to show people, as so the Pleiadians, the transcendent aspect of the UFO phenomena. It is the Bible. Oh, it does have great substance. The Hopi has substance. All the prophecies of the Earth have substance. This is what the Bible said was, it's back.
About what happened with Alpha Centauris and Phaeton and Alphratans in 1562. I didn't get to that yet. I did speak about it in the Spanish channel, but I didn't get to that in the English one, where actually, these were the people who were humans on Earth and were being exported by the reptilians, for negative purposes.
They never accessed the reptiles, these cylindrical ships. They were down here taking humans to sell on the meat market. Right? It's what was happening. It's the either that or they're blatant liars about it. But man drew this 500 years ago. It was nobody on Earth, but a man created this. This was truly the real documented event. So they intercepted in 1561, trying to stop the reptiles from selling humans as they were still doing on the meat market. World changing. Motherships and the cylindrical ones are the reptiles. Some of the cross ships in late Federation getting shot down are the little probes. So this is the type of war the Earth could, in theory, see coming. This is what I was trying to tell the world. The Great War in Heaven is an alien war. We're going to see it. The Bible was right on the timelines. That's all I was telling the world. Don't lose your faith. It's because you're going to see some wild and wonderful. The Bible revelation is the real deal. It's alien. This is what I was telling you guys. It's a time war. Right there, there's Nostradamus. They know what's going to happen. Nostradamus saw it coming.
Mars, warlike force threatening us. Bloodshed 70 times.
Right there. Untying the as above with the soul below is right here. The transformed elder brother, the true white brother, will wear a red cloak or a red cap. There's the being of Nostradamus. He will bring no religion but his own. I'll wake up one or two. He will bring with him the Timberline tablets. He will be all powerful. None will be able to stand against him. He will come swiftly and in one day gain control of this entire continent. That's telling me where the source of many of these problems is. That's this world, everybody, and Canadians. It is said, if he comes from the east, the destruction will not be so bad. But if he comes from the west, do not get up on your housetops to see, because he will have no mercy. But I've told you. So in America, if there was a nuclear war, that was the other message. If something went horribly wrong, they were told only the Hopis in their homeland will be preserved as an oasis to which refugees will flee. Why? Because the Four Corners region of the Hopi lands is where the Messiah is coming. It's the second coming. Whatever you want to call it, the great genius, but is protected by God. Nothing on earth can harm that region. That was the symbolism behind it all. America is this is where you will go. This is all you need to know. That's all I can tell you.